Hi, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining me today. I'm Fraser, the Benefit Team Lead at Perth Citizens Advice. My dedicated team and I are here to support the residents of Perth and Kinross. We assist in checking benefit entitlements, help with claims, resolve issues, and challenge decisions when necessary. We're committed to ensuring you receive the benefits you're entitled to. We're here to discuss what available support for those who care, focusing on carer benefits and the support available for carers. The presentation will cover what qualifies as a carer for benefits, understanding the criteria to be recognised as a carer and access the benefit system, what support is available, exploring the different types of support and resources available to those who care. Impact on income, how carers' benefits can affect the income of the person being cared for. Carers allowance and the carer support payment, giving detailed information on these specific benefits. We're going to discuss working or topping up your income, options for carers who are working or looking to supplement their income and thinking about starting to work, and the Priority Services Register, how to register for the Priority Service Register, which gives additional support for the essential services of gas and electricity. I hope this session will provide you with valuable insights and answer any questions you may have. Let's get started. If you care for a friend or family member regularly, you may be eligible for certain benefits such as the Carer Support Payment, which has recently replaced Carers Allowance in Scotland. I'll go over the key points. The eligibility, so you need to be a British or Irish citizen or have an immigration status that allows you to access the benefit system, and you should have lived in the common travel area, which is the UK, Ireland, Isle of Man, and the Channel Islands for at least the last 26 weeks out of the last 52. You need to be at least 16 years old and above the school leaving age. The care you provide should be unpaid, meaning you don't receive money for it through employment or self-employment. It needs to be regular and substantial, and what that means is you need to provide the care to the disabled person for at least 35 hours per week. And the person you're caring for must receive a qualifying benefit, such as the daily living or care component of the child disability payment, adult disability payment, or the pension age disability payment. There are older benefits and those for injured and disabled veterans, but I won't cover them here. Yeah. Over the last 5 years, the administration of disablement benefits has shifted from the DWPs, which is the Department of Work and Pensions, facilitated by the Westminster government, to Social Security Scotland, which is facilitated by the Scottish government. Any new claims for a disability benefit in Scotland should be made through Social Security Scotland. Broadly speaking, there are three categories of disablement benefit based on the age of the claimant. For children, it's the child disability payment, and this is for children who require additional support with their care and mobility needs compared to that of a child of a similar age without the additional needs from their health conditions or disabilities. For those of working age, adult disability payment for those who have long-term health conditions and or disabilities who require extra support in their daily lives and or with their mobility. For those of state pension age, the disability benefit is pension age disability payment, and that's for those who require additional supervision or help with their bodily functions in the day or at night. Each of these disability benefits has their own eligibility criteria, and if you require further information, please get in touch. There is an income limit, which means if you are claiming or wanting to claim a carer's benefit, you must earn less than £196 per week after deductions for income tax, national insurance, and 50% of the pension contributions. This amount changes yearly, so it's important to stay updated. The last part for this benefit is that you have to reside in Scotland. How do you claim this benefit? You can claim through Social Security Scotland by phone, online, or even request a home visit from them. Claims can be backdated up to 13 weeks, but this might affect other benefits, so it's a good idea to seek advice if you're claiming other benefits before requesting a backdating. If you're claiming other benefits like the state pension, maternity allowance, or a new style benefit, you might get less carers support payment or no financial payment at all. This is due to overlapping benefit rules. However, you might still get an extra amount on other benefits, and by claiming the carer support payment without receiving a payment, this is known as an underlying entitlement. The rules can be a bit complex, so I'd recommend seeking advice. I'll make you aware of a benefit that goes side by side to the carer support payment. This is called the Carers Allowance Supplement. It's a payment made twice a year from Social Security Scotland for those living in Scotland claiming and getting paid a carer's benefit. The carers, like the benefits such as the carer support payment or the carer's allowance. The benefit, the person you care for doesn't need to live in Scotland, but you do. Unfortunately, those with an underlying entitlement don't qualify for this additional benefit. There's no need to claim it, as it should be automatically awarded. If it hasn't been, we'd advise contacting Social Security Scotland. How it works is if you're claiming a carer's benefit during a specific week in April and October each year, you will receive an additional payment in June and December respectively. It changes every year, but this year it's a twice a year payment of $293.50. Yet the good news with the supplement payment is it's ignored from income for other benefits, which means it shouldn't affect them. However, once it's paid, it would count as capital in your bank account, which could affect some means-tested benefits. I want to highlight that you can work and still be a carer for benefit purposes, and here are the key points. As I said, there is an earnings limit, and the amount you can earn changes every tax year, and the tax year runs from April to March. This year, the earnings threshold for the carers' benefits is £196 per week, after deductions for income tax, national insurance, and 50% of pension contributions. If you earn even one penny more than 196 in a week, you won't be eligible for the carer's support payment in that week. And it's important you report this to avoid overpayments, which you will likely have to pay back. Whilst you're claiming a carer's benefit, such as the carer support payment, you'll automatically be credited to the Class 1 national insurance contributions. These help towards certain benefits, including the state pension. And if you don't provide the 35 hours of care or don't qualify for a carer's benefit, but provide at least 20 hours of care per week to one or more people receiving a qualifying disability benefit, you can apply for Class 3 national insurance credits towards your state pension. Even if the person you care for doesn't have a qualifying benefit, the DWP can use their discretion to award these credits. To claim, you need to contact the Department of Work and Pensions. With carers, the carer benefits may not be the only ones you're entitled to. You can supplement your income through a means-tested benefit top-up. Historically, income support and housing benefit were the two you could likely be claiming for those carers of working age. But now this is done through universal credit. For those of pension age, pension credit can top up your income, and as pension credit can also passport you to further benefits. These benefits I've mentioned, universal credit and pension credit, are means tested. This means that eligibility is based on household circumstances, including income from earnings, other benefits, capital and savings. The means tested benefit system is changing, and those on the older legacy system are being invited to claim universal credit through a process called Managed Migration. During the process, you'll receive a letter called a Managed Migration Notice. And if you do receive one of them, we do have a dedicated team who can help you through this managed migration process. Whether it's you want to chat about universal credit, check your benefit entitlement, or need support claiming, just get in touch. As I mentioned earlier, Perth Citizens Advice can help you check if you qualify for benefits, provide advice on eligibility, and support you in making a claim. However, it's important to know that claiming a carer's benefit can affect the benefits of the person you care for. This could reduce the benefits by at least £82 per week. So if you're thinking about claiming a carer's benefit, get in touch with us for a benefit check. Perth Citizens Advice is part of the Citizens Advice Network in Scotland, and there are 58 other bureaus offering free, confidential and impartial advice throughout Scotland. After the benefit check, we can discuss your options. We'll go over how claiming benefits might impact both your household and the household of the person you care for. And with this information, you can make an informed decision, and we'll be here to support you throughout the process if needed. The Priority Service Register is a free UK-wide service that provides extra help during power cuts or when there's an interruption to your electricity, gas or water supply. Joining the register helps the utility companies provide adapted services, adjust communications and make amendments to keep you safe, such as setting up a password scheme to help avoid scams and providing advance warning of planned interruptions to electricity, gas or water supplies. You can see from this presentation, various groups may qualify for the register, and you can join the scheme online or by phone, or if you need a little bit extra help, our energy team can support you in this. If you're a carer, perhaps the person you care for could benefit from the service. If you want to chat about this or other energy issues, get in touch, as our dedicated energy team are happy to help. Thanks for staying with me. This is the last slide. As you can see, what's been discussed, and now moving on to other support you or the person being cared for could access. On being a carer, you don't have to tell your boss about your caring responsibilities, but if you're an employee, your employer must offer you certain legal rights, and these include the right to flexible working. Anyone has the right to ask for flexible working. This might mean reducing your hours or working from home. If you make it this statutory request, your employer must consider the request, give you an answer within 2 months, and give you a reason if they refuse the request. You can also get time off for emergencies, meaning if the person you care for falls ill, has an accident, or is without care unexpectedly, you have the right to take time off work to deal with it. An employer isn't obliged to offer you more than the legal rights, but some workplaces have policies that might give you more support or time off, for example, through applying for a carer's break. Check with your employer or the HR department to find out more. You also have the right, as a carer and the person being cared for, to request a community care assessment. This process has 3 stages. The first one is an assessment of needs. The local authority, your council, will assess the individual's care needs. The assessment focuses on the person's needs, not just the available services that are available. The views of yourself as a carer would also be considered. The next step, they would discuss options. The local authority would discuss the available support and resources with the individual. After the assessment and the discussion, a care plan would be created, and the local authority and the individual would agree on a care plan. This plan will outline how the support services will be organised and who will manage the budget, either the local authority or the individual through direct payments. Through this process, there will be a financial assessment. The local authority may charge for some of the services, and so this financial assessment will determine if the individual should pay for any of the services, and if so, how much. To start this community care assessment, you should contact the social work department of your local council. There are also local organisations who can provide further help and support for those who care. This includes PCAVs, who have a carers hub and can answer further questions on carers. There are various support groups that you can search for online, or we can signpost you to. And the local authority can provide support from the care assessment I discussed just a moment ago to respite breaks. You can get in touch with the council's access team to inquire what support they can offer. I hope this presentation has provided you with valuable insights into the various benefits available for carers. Remember, being a carer is a significant and commendable role, and there are numerous resources and support available to help you. If you have any further questions or need assistance, please don't hesitate to reach out to Persistence Advice or your local bureau. We're here to provide free, confidential and impartial advice to support you in your caring journey. Thank you again, and take care.